This is a fat tyre folding e-bike, the Emoko EC20 Pro. Let's get on the road. Yes, this is the Emoko EC20 Pro, and yes, it's a horrible rainy day again in England. Yes, we are in England. We do not need to go to Alabama because this is a 250 watt class bike, but it does have a 48 volt battery, so it has got a bit of oomph. He's got a decent sized battery as well. It is a folding fat tyre bruiser e-bike, the kind of bike that I felt like I was reviewing all the time. What kind of features does it have that might take your fancy? Well, it does have dual suspension, which we'll test shortly on formerly the worst road in Wolverhampton. Although at this point, all the roads have hydraulic disc brakes, which we'll also test later. It's got 7-speed Shimano gears, but simple torney, nothing special there. Most bikes have that. It has got a very nice colour. You can see it, 15.9 miles an hour. Pedal assist 5. It also has a torque sensor, which we can test now, as opposed to a cadence sensor, where it's got to detect a few rotations first. Well, maybe half a rotation, which when you're on a hill can be very difficult. So not so this. But the question is, how fast will I go if I'm just chilling? Now, you can't fully ghost pedal. If you fully ghost pedal, you'll slow down. But as long as you are engaging the chain on this, you will get pretty much the maximum speed. So it has got a buzzer and a bell. We do have front and rear lights. Oh, hello. Let's go back to lights. Let's go through these. But being dual suspension and fat 4-inch tyres, it's not the worst. You can definitely feel it. That front suspension is lockable. Let's test it out on a muddy R test. That is pretty impressive because I can feel the jaggedy bits pushing the tyres up and down. So I am happy to say, and it's probably obvious with its fat tyres and its dual suspension, that if you are on a commute or a ride and you're going to go over some rough things like this, this is absolutely fine. And not only is it fine, it will be comfortable. In fact, I'm quite impressed with this suspension. Like, it doesn't bottom out or anything. It really does level everything off really nicely. 3, 2, 1, go. And it's kicked in. Right, now, although this is labelled as 250 watts and there's a sticker on the bike that says so, it also says max speed of 15.5, all that legal stuff. It has got a bigger motor than you might think, and you can unlock the bike. I won't be doing that though, I'll be keeping it fully legal today. But if you want to unlock it, you actually have to open up the battery and unplug some stuff and plug in a wire. It's usually unplug a wire, but this time it's plug in a wire, and then it'll be unlocked and you'll have 1,000 watts, and you should be able to go up to about 29 miles an hour. But like I said, we're keeping it legal. So I'm just engaging the train a bit, which technically I suppose means I'm helping slightly, but I'll write that on the list. But we're getting up. So this bike will get you up hills. And obviously, if you want to put more effort in, you can. And then you can tackle steeper hills. But it's not too bad at all. Well done, little foldy bike. And across the line. So we might as well check in now to see how it does fold, but also where the battery is and what kind of range we're going to get. To get the battery out, it is actually inside there. So let's fold the bike. There's the little catch. Pull that. Fold like that. Keep it out there. And it lands on that little metal thing. Some bikes don't even have that. I'm glad it's got that. And then the handlebars. Pull the little catch. Ugh. Ow. So there it is folded. A lot of transports don't let a bike on if it can't fold. So because this can fold, it can go on a train. Now, I wouldn't fold it, then take it on the train. I would roll it to where you want it, and then if someone asks you to fold it, fold it. Otherwise, try and keep it in one piece. This does not make it easy to transport. It's just like one big heavy lump. But it can fold, which is good. To get the battery, obviously you crack it open, but you've got to take the key, twist the key, so the little protector comes out, take the key, and then this will just come out, so be careful because it might slide too fast. And here is the 48 volt 18 amp hour battery, which gives you a watt hour capacity of 864 and a range of about 50 miles. Get it with the key. As soon as you put the key in, it won't be able to fall back. And the bike only works if the key is in, so you need to fully twist it. Once you put it in, you twist it once, and that locks it in place, and you can remove the key, and then the bike won't power on. But then to have it powered on, you need to turn it once more. So that means when you're riding it, you do have to keep the key there. So if you are going over mud, the key could get a bit dirty. Right, let's unfold the bike. Let's put this back up. Put that back up. There we go. And because it is quite heavy, it's not the easiest thing to do. But it's not the hardest thing to do either. There we go. We will come back at the end of the video to check out what kind of range I got and whether we think we'll be able to get the full range that the manufacturer thinks. Now, more about the parts. We have got a nice sturdy rear rack, so if you need to carry your stuff, it's not one of those rubbish afterthought racks. It's solid. It'll take a lot of weight. And we've got mud guards, which look nice. They're not rattling. They are plastic, metal looking style, but they are plastic, which, well, it depends what you prefer. I always prefer plastic ones, but I'm sure metal are probably better. It's just that sometimes they rattle a bit, and I don't like that. Now, we do have a throttle. I'm sure you can loosen that up, but the problem is when the throttle's down over a certain speed, then the power cuts out. So you might be wondering why the power isn't working. It's because the throttle's down. Decent throttle that works up to 6 kilometers per hour, get you going. That way, it doesn't matter if you're on a hill with a cadence sensor. But this doesn't do that, it's just walk mode. So if you're pushing your bike along, especially up a hill, you can push the throttle down, it'll walk alongside you. But it's not going to be any good for you to pull off at lights or anything like that. Or up hills, definitely not. But luckily, like I say, it's a torque sensor. And torque sensors don't really need help in that respect, because as soon as it feels you're pushing down, it gives you the power, so it's absolutely fine. And I'm happy to say it's a good torque sensor. I'm not feeling tired. I'm just cruising along 15 to 16 miles per hour, which is what you need. It also means you can be a bit lazy and leave it in top gear. The hand grips, they're a bit hard, but they do have the palm rests, whoops. So it is kind of nice when you got gloves on, but sometimes these hard hand grips can feel a bit horrible when you're not got gloves on. But it's not really a big issue, they're all right. Now, although that throttle don't work very well right now, when you fully unlock the bike, you will be able to use that throttle to get up to 30 miles per hour, so that's nice. Obviously, if you pull the brakes, the throttle will cut out. So then, even if the torque sensor, when you're being lazy, only takes you up to 15.5, you've always got the throttle, which is fine, because if you're unlocking the bike, it means you're in Alabama, which means you're allowed to use the throttle. So it doesn't matter that the torque sensor only gets you up to 15.5 when you're being lazy, because you can just use the throttle. Try zero pedal assist. So zero pedal assist, obviously you want to use the gears. If you're on zero pedal assist, as with all fat tire e-bikes, it's not the nicest. You can roll down a hill though, and when you're going under your own steam, you know, you can get up to 10 miles an hour pretty easily. It's not too bad. But let's get on to pedal assist 1 and see what that does. Seems to cut out about 4 miles an hour. 2, well, pedal assist 2, it's getting me up to 15 miles an hour. All these potholes everywhere. Right, let's see the lazy factor. Right, I'm being lazy on pedal assist 2, and it's still getting 14 miles an hour. And I think because the bike's unlocked, I can't really tell much difference between pedal assist 3, 4 and 5. I think it is speed based, but because when it's unlocked, I imagine the torque sensor gets you a bit faster, a bit easier, but because you're locked to 15, 3, 4 and 5, they all get you to 15. You can change that, by the way. If you don't want 5 settings, you can have 3 settings. So, you might be wondering, oh, could I buy that bike? Well, first you need to know if you can fit on it, or if it's too heavy for you. So let's check out that weight and height. Quite heavy, 45 kilograms apparently. I'm not sure actually, I think it might be less. I think it's more like 40. Anyway, It's got a max capacity, apparently 180 kilograms. That's absolutely loads. It stuck to me. Ugh. So all the way down there, it's very low actually. I've got about a 31-inch inside leg. I'm 5'9". I think at this height you'd be okay. I don't know, like someone who's got an average leg, inside leg, and they're about 5'3" or something like that. It does go quite short. However, the other end of the spectrum, you can raise these up and keep that low if you want to be on a, pretend you're on a Harley, but not look anything like it. People might laugh at you, but then raise this up as well. Now, to be fair, you can change the saddle stem, but it's quite high. Ugh. Not that high, but I can just about reach the floor. So I think that would be okay for anyone up to about, you know, low 6'2" or anything like that, 6'3", you'd be all right. And then if it was too low, just get a new stem. I gotta say, I'm literally just, like, it's eating up this mini hill with ease. I am pedaling, but to be honest, I'm always going to want to be pedaling. I'm in the UK. It is illegal to have a throttle that takes you too fast, so I'm always pedaling. And although I love a ghost pedal, I don't mind putting a bit of effort in, and you are going to burn a few more calories, but it doesn't feel like you're doing any exercise, which is cool in a way. That's the best exercise, isn't it, if you don't feel it? Now I am going down a hill, and at 24 miles an hour, you can't really help the bike much. So that would be the same if it's unlocked. If you were unlocked, if you unlock this bike, then when you're going at, I had the suspension locked. Well, it's a bit hard. Yeah, if you unlock this bike and you go at 25 miles an hour, then you're not really going to be helping. It is all going to be on the motor and the battery, which is a shame because sometimes bikes come with 8 gears and you can still help at those speeds, which obviously saves the battery. Also, if you want, it means you get a bit of exercise. Right, time for a brake test. It is wet, and whoa, there's the car there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paces. Chunky adjustable stand, nice metal pedals. Gotta say, it pulls away really nicely.
There's the box.
There's inside the box. Oh, look, gloves. In the box we got a 2-amp charger, a front light, a toolkit, pedals, phone mount, and the gloves and the bell and stuff. Get the pedals on. Front mudguard. Now, they might have given us gloves, but what they didn't give us are screws to get that secure into there. Battery is removed. Plug the charger in there. You can charge it with the battery still in the bike as well. And the 2-amp charger is going to charge the 18-amp hour battery in about 9 hours. So what I don't like about this bike, because no bike's perfect. The brakes are good, the screen's nice, the saddle's pretty comfy. There's nothing really wrong with it. If you're just here for once, let us know in the comments. You're just here for a quick watch of one video and never to be seen again, just say hello and I'll say hello back. But until then, next time, or unless there is no next time, thank you anyway for watching and getting this far. If you appreciate this video, do give us a thumbs up. And until next time, if there is a next time, ride safe.